Today we have MAGOGO with us. She's about to share a knowledge about South African history.
Hello.
Yes, MAGOGO. Yeah.
My name is MAGOGO because I know the history.
Yes, thank you.
The history of South Africa, the whole of South Africa belonged to the Bushmen and Hottentots. So the Dutch came along when they were going to the east, when their boat broke. And then when they came in, they found the Bushmen and Hottentots, and they start shooting them out. So they all ran away to South Africa, which is today called Namibia.
Hello, MAGOGO.
Hello?
Yeah, can you tell us how old you are?
I'm 16 years old.
16. Thank you very much.
MAGOGO, can you please tell us about the Dompa system that was happening in South Africa during those days?
Oh yes, there was an American guy when I was still working at the kitchens. So this American guy wanted to see Soweto. So we took him to Soweto. So when he came back, when the police came, we left him to be alone with the police. So he was arrested. So we ran away. We pretended not to know him.
Okay.
So when he was arrested, when he was in jail, they gave him the diet of South African jails. So he took that plate and threw it at them and said, this is food for the dogs. And then they started wondering, this black person, no, let's find out about him. So they came to him. They said, why were you arrested? He said, I don't know. They said, the policeman said to me, pass. When I tried to pass him, he arrested me.
How?
It's a pass.
Yes. When I tried to pass, he arrested me. So I don't know why. Because he said to me, pass. When I tried to pass, I was arrested.
Wow.
So they said, oh, that guy, hey, guys, we are going to be in bad name in America. Release that guy quickly.
So that's why there's Dompas.
Yes, because that's the Dompas.
You didn't know about the Dompas?
We didn't know about the Dompas at that time. So it was called Dompas because it was Dom.
Okay. Well, we do understand that the apartheid era was very strict. You know, it boiled down to a point whereby students were striking in Soweto in June 16, 1976. Now, MAGOGO, can you please explain to us and enlighten us on what happened on that day?
Oh yes, I remember that day very, very, as if it happened now. June 16, 1976. The school children were fighting against the use of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction in schools. So they said they are going to fail most. So they decided to collect each other so as to find out what they should do. So they said to us as parents, don't go to work. So I went to work with the others pretending as if we are not going to work. So I was seated at Elof Street and another lady, white lady, came and sat next to me. So she said to me, where do you stay? Then I said, in Soweto, madam. Then she said, how is Soweto? Then I said to her, oh, madam, in Soweto, we are being controlled by school children. Even now, I'm thinking of going back, because they said we mustn't go to work. And then that lady said to me, don't be sad. God is using your children to give you freedom.
Now, fast forward the time to 2015. We do know that there's been a whole lot of events whereby foreign nationals have been violently treated in our communities. Now, I'd like to know, MAGOGO, like, what is your take on what has been happening lately in South Africa concerning xenophobia?
I think they give it a nice name, xenophobia. Actually, the right name for this is criminal action done by grandchildren who were not here all these years.
Okay.
So they start naming people as foreigners. And yet, that name foreigner belongs to everybody here.
Yes.
Chinese, Japanese, Indians, Africans, South Africans, blacks, whites, who are all foreigners. So the grandchildren don't know that. They are targeting the new ones whom they see. And yet the nationals, the African nationals, they've long been here. They got married here.
Yeah.
They got children here.
Yeah.
And one whom I know, whom I won't even mention her name, she took her children to the Cape. So they came knowing and speaking like Xhosas.
Okay.
Okay.
So they are working here now.
Ah.
So how can they chase them away? It's because they don't know. So let's not give it a good name, xenophobia. It's not xenophobia. It's criminal action.
Criminal action.
Yes, yes. They should be arrested
Yes, yes.
True.
because they don't know that even their grandparents never belonged here.
Yeah.
If they want the right people, they must bring back the Bushmen and the Hottentots.
These days, nowadays, we do know that it's no longer the same as it was before, you know. Men, women, children, everyone is entitled to their own rights. Now, I want to know from MAGOGO, how do you feel about the empowerment that women are now having, knowing that in the past things were not like this, whereby you could not find a female in the construction site, for example.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. So, how has that bettered things in our society?
I think that according to us, it was nobody's fault because it was the culture.
Yes.
The men, they were the breadwinners in the house.
Yes.
And the men, they had muscles. They were doing the heavy work in the house.
Yes.
Even outside the house, construction, whereby soldiers and all that, the men were stronger. So now, according to the Bible, it is said in the Bible that there will be a time where more girls will be born than boys. So now I think that time has come now. Because now it's happening. Now since that there are more girls. So the girls also join to sort of do what men are doing. In the army, there are girls. In the police force, there are girls also. In the construction, there are girls.
Yes.
And they are given that strength by God. So let us not question it. Let's be happy about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, MAGOGO. That was so enlightening. Yo. Well, for your time, MAGOGO, and your energy and your knowledge that you've been sharing with us, we'd like to say thank you very, very much for joining us today, and we'd like you to have this from all of us as artists. We'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
And pray for us.
I also say, with pleasure, I accept your thanks. And then I must give you a fast forward. Don't just take it from me now. Teach everybody about this history.
Yes, yes.
Because many of them, they don't know the history.
Yes.
Many of them, they don't know that history is number one.
Yes.
Even in schools, I think they should teach history.
Of course.
True.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magogos, very, very much. We appreciate you.
I